Hi friends, welcome to yet another interesting and informative video on Darakaraka, the planet with the lowest degrees in your horoscope. What will happen when the Darakaraka planet, which is the significator of your life partner, when that planet is in a certain house in your D9 or Navamsha chart? The Darakaraka planet in all 12 houses of the D9 chart or Navamsha chart, the chart of fortune. You know about your birth chart or D1 or Lagna chart, which is also called the Rashi chart. So you know about that, okay, the birth chart. But you should also know about D9 or the chart of fortune or Navamsha. This chart, you can have access to it from any of the apps like Astrologer. Okay, there are other apps also which can help you get access to Navamsha chart. Just you have to put in your details, birth details. So you should know about the Navamsha chart. This is the chart of your fortune. This will give you an in-depth view or an in-depth understanding of your relationship, of your partner, and even fortune in this life. So Darakaraka is the planet which is at the lowest degrees. Look at the planet at the lowest degrees in your birth chart. Okay? You should look at which planet is at the lowest degrees in your Lagna chart or birth chart. Say if that planet is Moon. Moon is at the lowest degrees. Then Moon will be your Darakaraka as per the Lagna chart or birth chart. Now Darakaraka planet Moon is placed in which house in the D9 chart or Navamsha chart? That will say a lot about your relationship with your person, about your partner. It will say everything, many things which you are yet to discover. Now again, many things will again depend upon the aspects on the Darakaraka planet in the D9 chart and the dignity of the Darakaraka planet in the D9. So these are just snapshot predictions. You can accept whatever resonates with you. Now friends, if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. If you want personal consultation, details are there in the video description. Let's get started. Before moving on to the discussion, just have a look at the illustration. Okay friends, so welcome to the sample chart. So yeah, you can see that this is actually just the structure of the chart. The planets are not mentioned here. So these are the 9 planets in Vedic astrology. We will not consider the outer planets because after all we are talking about Darakaraka, which is a Gemini Sutra. So even people who live in Western countries, it's better if they look at these planets. Okay, these generally the 7 planets are looked into. The shadow planets Rahu and Ketu are not considered generally as Darakaraka. But again, some astrologers, they consider they include Rahu or the north node of the moon is included, and again some astrologers include both Rahu and Ketu. So it is it depends on what works for them. But generally these 7 planets you have to consider and find out which planet is at the lowest degrees. It's up to you whether you consider Rahu or Ketu, whatever works for you. So anyway, so these planets will be plotted here. So planet at the lowest degrees will be Darakaraka. Darakaraka is a significator of spouse or partner, life partner. Now that planet Darakaraka, you have to find out which is the planet in the Lagna chart or birth chart. So that planet, it is placed in which house in the D9 chart, D9 or Navamsha chart, which is the chart of fortune. So in this chart, so this is again the structure of the chart only with the zodiac signs. So just one planet has been mentioned here. So these planets will somewhere be located in the Navamsha chart. So where the Darakaraka planet which you have located from the D1 chart, so that Darakaraka planet, where is it placed in your D9 chart? Is it placed in the 7th house? Is it placed in the 1st house, 12th house? That's what you're going to find out. So this is a North Indian style chart, friends. This is the 1st house, 2nd house, 3rd house, and this is the 7th house of relationship or spouse or partner, and this is the 12th house. So this is the North Indian style chart. Alright, find out where Darakaraka planet is placed in your D9 chart, the chart of fortune or Navamsha. So that is the topic of today's discussion. Let's get started. Okay friends, what will happen if the Darakaraka planet is in the first house of your D9 chart? The Darakaraka planet, as per your birth chart, is in the first house or the ascendant of the D9 or Navamsha, the chart of fortune. Then definitely your life will revolve around your life partner, because Darakaraka is life partner. Okay? Your relationship with your partner will be something which is very important for your personal growth and development also. Now these good results you will get if the planet in the Darakaraka planet in the first house of D9 is not getting afflicted. Okay, it should not be afflicted. If it is more or less well placed, then you will get these results. Okay, your identity will get redefined after you enter into this relationship with your partner. Okay, you will be soulfully connected to your partner. There will be spiritual connection. There will be serious commitment in the relationship. A sense of duty, because first house is part of the Dharma trine, the trine of duty. So both of you will have a sense of duty towards each other. You'll be committed, as I said, faithful to each other. It is very important to respect each other. Alright? If it is well placed in the first house, Darakaraka planet, first house of D9, then definitely there will be mutual respect, understanding, spiritual connection, selfless, unconditional love. And definitely you're going to prosper in life because of your connection with your life partner. They will contribute to your overall growth, development as an individual. Now, all these things about the relationship. But again, if the planet is not well placed in the first house of D9, then there'll be problems with the partner. There can be ego clashes with the partner. There could be commitment issues and so on. You could be impulsive. Your partner could be a person who's very impulsive and restless. Okay? There may be lack of stability in the relationship and so on. Even with the partner. If the planet in the first house of D9, Darakaraka, if it is not well placed, then these things can come up. Now, what certain qualities can be there in your partner? Because Darakaraka, after all, is in the first house. They will give a lot of importance to their sense of self-esteem. And again, if it is well placed, they'll be courageous. They will love to take initiative. They can have knowledge, creativity, some creative skill. They can have good power of intuition. And by dint of their knowledge, creativity and intuition, they will prosper in life if the Darakaraka planet is well placed in the first house. They have a high sense of self-esteem, so mutual respect is very important. Otherwise, there will be ego clashes in the relation. Now, your partner may be connected to any field of work which has to do with, because it's the first house after all. So first house is the house which has the energy of Sun and Mars. So your partner, they will always shine in life if they are making use of their knowledge, their ability to even do research, investigation, or or the field of technology, making use of their intuition, so healing powers. So any such field will be suitable. They could also be into independent business. That is also possible. So yeah, all these things. Now, these qualities will be there in your partner. They'll be courageous. They'll be dutiful towards you. Faithful also. But if it is not well placed, then they could be impulsive and they could act impulsively without thinking. And there could be instability in their life. Now let's move on to what will happen when the Darakaraka planet is in the second house of your D9 chart or Navamsha chart. Darakaraka planet as per your birth chart. The planet with the lowest degrees in the birth chart is Darakaraka, the significator of spouse or partner. That planet is in the second house of your Navamsha or D9 chart, chart of fortune. Then if it is well placed in the second house, then after you enter into this committed relationship or marriage, you may gain wealth in life. Both of you can build joint resources, okay, together. It's possible. And your partner can be somebody who's very hardworking, who's goal-oriented, very practical, methodical, structured, systematic, detail-oriented in their approach towards work and towards everything in life. They'll be very calculating also. They'll also, as I said, very detailed, meticulous about details also. Taurus, because Taurus energy is in the second house. No matter what sign you have in the second house of D9, we have to superimpose the chart of the cosmic man always. So find out how Venus is placed in your D1 and D9. If it is more or less well placed, then definitely your partner will have all these qualities. They will want to work hard, build their own assets and, accumulate resources and wealth in life. They'll be very practical. They can also be very materialistic. All these qualities your partner can have. They can also definitely be sensual and even intuitive. Sensual pleasures, they can definitely give a lot of importance to sensual pleasures in the relationship also. They will be a seeker of comfort and luxury and wealth also in life. All these qualities your partner can have. And this relationship with your partner definitely can be based on practical considerations. Okay? And because your partner is somebody again who is very analytical, who's very methodical, yet who is very much committed to you. Okay? So definitely your partner will be somebody who believes in serious commitment in the relationship. Serious commitment. So Darakaraka planet is in the second house of your D9 chart. So your partner should definitely constantly keep making efforts in the relationship. And if they make efforts, you should also reciprocate. Then this relationship will work. Okay? Yeah. So all these things we can say. Your partner may be connected to the finance sector, banking sector. Your partner may be connected to any field of work which involves the use of speech or communication ability. That's also possible. Any field of work wherein they require to share their knowledge. Possible. Your partner may be into some sort of family business. That's also possible. After you enter into relationship with your partner, your wealth and resources can definitely increase day by day. So all these things will happen if the Darakaraka planet is more or less well placed in the second house of the D9. So the dispositor of the Darakaraka planet, how it is located, that also you should find out. Okay? So all these things will give you a clue regarding, you will come to know how it is placed. If it is well placed, you will get all these good results. If it is not well placed, then your partner may face financial issues, problems in accumulating wealth. There can be lack of commitment in the relationship. That's also possible. Okay? If the Darakaraka planet is not well placed in the second house of your D9 chart. Now let's move on to what will happen when the Darakaraka planet, as per your birth chart or horoscope, so that planet, where it is placed, if it is placed in the third house of the D9 or Navamsha chart, the chart of fortune, what will happen? That means your partner will be someone who believes in friendship. And in fact, your relationship with your partner will be wonderful if this relationship is based on friendship, shared interests and hobbies, and a lot of sharing. Both of you should be friends, and friends share everything, almost everything with each other. Like, they share their sorrow, their happiness. And here, this is not just plain friendship. You are close, very close friends, intimate friends. So sharing everything with your partner. Your joy, your sorrow, your interests, your hobbies. So traveling together with your partner. Okay? Having a very friendly, jovial relationship with your partner. Both of you should be able to share jokes and, laugh together and treat each other as friends. Then it'll be a wonderful relationship. Doing fun things with each other. Your partner may take recourse to role playing while, you have your intimate moments. All these things. Your partner may belong to your social circle, or maybe you met them on social media. It's possible. They may belong to your neighborhood. That's also possible. Your partner will again be somebody who is hardworking. They believe in their own efforts, because third house is part of the Kama Trikona, the trine of desires. They're very ambitious in life, very hardworking. Again, if the Darakaraka planet in the third house of D9 is well placed, you will get these results. Find out how the dispositor is placed. What are the aspects on the Darakaraka planet in the third house? They will tell you how it is placed. If more or less well placed, they'll be very hardworking. They'll be intelligent. They'll have intellectual depth. They'll have great ideas. They can have creative, artistic abilities and skills. They'll be very skillful in doing whatever they do. They can have a variety of skills, a variety of interests also. But nevertheless, they'll be very intelligent. They will believe in healthy communication. In fact, your relationship should be based on healthy communication with each other. So, they could be into any field of work which involves the use of communication skills or calculation abilities, because after all, third house is the house of Gemini. So they could be into any field of work which is connected to any sort of skills like writing, painting. They could also be into technology. They could be into astrology. So any field of work which involves the use of the intellect and ideas, which involves the use of your intelligence. Okay, so all these things we can say. They could be into networking business, marketing, commission agent, and so on. Also, they could have great business acumen. They could also do very well in business. Now let's move on to what will happen if the Darakaraka planet in your D1 chart or Lagna chart, the planet at the lowest degrees in the D1, where it is placed. If it is placed in the 4th house of your D9 or Navamsha chart, the chart of fortune, what will happen? That means the relationship should be based on love and affection. 4th house is part of the moksha trine. Relationship should be based on mutual acceptance, accepting each other as they are. Relationship should be based on compassion, forgiveness, a desire to sacrifice one's own happiness for the other. Then this relationship will work. Intuitively understanding each other, connecting with each other, deep-rooted emotional connection with each other. Find out how Darakaraka planet is placed in the 4th house. If more or less well placed, you will get these results. If it is not well placed, there could be lots of ups and downs in the relationship, fluctuations in the relationship, emotional fluctuations, difficulty in connecting with each other emotionally. Sometimes you will connect with your partner, or your partner will connect with you. Sometimes they will not be able to connect with you at all. So ups and downs in the relationship. So find out how the dispositor of Darakaraka is placed. So all that will give you a clue about your partner and about the relationship with your partner. If it is well placed, it will be a wonderful connection, even a sensual connection for that matter. A very deep-rooted, intimate connection with your partner. Now, traveling with the partner is a very good idea to improve the relationship. Your partner will have certain qualities because Darakaraka planet is in the 4th house. So they can be, 4th house is part of the Moksha trine, they can be intuitive, they can be creative, compassionate. If the planet is well placed in 4th house, all these good qualities will be there. After you enter into relationship with your partner, you may be able to build assets. Both of you will have your joint assets. You'll maybe be able to build your own assets. You'll have your own property. There'll be growth in assets and property because of your partner's entry into your life, if it is well placed in the 4th house. So all these things. Now, your partner can be somebody who's into any field of creativity, artistic skills, creative skills, who can do very well in any field of in-depth research and investigation also. It could be any field, or any field in which they can take care of others, like nursing, healthcare sector, serving others. They can also be very charitable. So all these qualities. Yeah. Now let's move on to what will happen when the Darakaraka planet, the planet at the lowest degrees in your birth chart or horoscope, D1 chart, that planet is Darakaraka, the significator of spouse, if it is placed in the 5th house of your D9 or Navamsha chart, chart of fortune. What will happen? That means your partner can bring good luck into your life if the planet is well placed in the 5th house of D9. Good fortune, good luck will come into your life because of your partner. You can gain name, fame and recognition also because of your partner. Your partner can be somebody who is very knowledgeable, educated, knowledgeable, or somebody who has creative skills, artistic abilities. Relationship will work if it is based on friendship, sharing interests, hobbies. Then relationship will work. It will work if there is mutual respect, if there is spiritual love, selfless love, unconditional love. Your partner, Darakaraka, is in the 5th house. 5th house is part of the Dharma trine. So your partner can be dutiful towards you, but you will also have to reciprocate. So relationship should be based on faithfulness, commitment and a sense of duty towards each other. Then definitely this relationship will last and it will bring about prosperity into your life. Relationship should be based on love. If the planet is well placed in the 5th house, the Darakaraka planet, then definitely it can also signal a love marriage, or you will get married to somebody whom you really like, admire, adore or appreciate. You will get married to such a person, and he will bring so much, he or she will bring so much love, happiness into your life, prosperity also. So all these things we can say. Your partner will prosper in life whenever they make use of their knowledge, creativity, because of their education, because of being committed to their goal, because of being disciplined, structured. Okay? They should also have the desire to take initiative and work hard. They will definitely, by dint of their knowledge and creative skills, they will definitely prosper in life. By dint of their intuition, they could be into independent counseling, they could also be into teaching, they could do any sort of independent business wherein they, independent business wherein, or they could be a freelancer, and they highlight, or they by dint of their skills or knowledge, they could be into freelancing, because your partner will be somebody who will love their sense of independence. So independent business is also very good for them. They could be connected to any field of work which involves the use of intuition. So they could also be into healings practices. They can be intuitive. All these good qualities your partner can have. Courageous, intuitive, creative, knowledgeable, committed to you. If the Darakaraka planet is well placed in the 5th house. Alright? So all these things we can say. Now, they could be into any sort of speculation business also, if the planet is well placed in the 5th house. Now let's move on to what will happen if the Darakaraka planet, as per your horoscope or birth chart, Darakaraka is in the 6th house of your D9 or Navamsha chart of fortune. If Darakaraka planet, which signifies your partner, life partner, is in the 6th house, 6th house of trials, tribulations, problems, difficulties, obstacles in life, even diseases, enemies, rivals, even your colleagues, your workplace. It is also the house of competition, struggles. It can show that your partner is undergoing all of that in their life. Maybe they are very hardworking, very analytical, hardworking. Definitely, if the planet is well placed in the 6th house, they will be intelligent and analytical. They will be very calculating, methodical, detail oriented. If the planet is well placed in the 6th house, they will believe in neatness, tidiness, cleanliness. They'll be so very meticulous about details, very disciplined, structured, methodical in their approach to everything in life. And they'll be very hardworking. They can be a self-made person. They will do very well in the service sector, any sort of service. Later on, they may move into social service. They could be connected to the legal sector, to healthcare sector. They could be connected to technology, even healing or occult practices. Even any field of research investigation is suitable for them. But 6th house is again the house of argumentation and conflict. So they may enter into conflicts and arguments with you. So be careful, because they are very analytical. They could be over analytical about things. So they may enter into conflicts with you. So it's very important to figure out why conflicts are taking place, why quarrels are taking place, so that you can avoid them. Because frequent quarrels and conflicts can make relationship bitter. It can even lead to separation. So it's very important to do routine things in the relationship. Your partner should also really make efforts. 6th house is part of the earth trine, the trine of efforts. They should really make efforts to connect with you. They should do routine things for you, taking you out on a dinner date every weekend and etc. If they do certain things on a routine basis, you will also reciprocate. They should also maintain a routine sex life with you. So all these things will improve the relationship with the partner. They should never take this relationship for granted. Neither should you take your partner for granted. So doing things for your partner on a routine basis and, making efforts. If your partner is connected to your workplace, then it's going to be good. It's going to be better for the relationship. Or if on a daily basis they are, always there to assist you with your work, whatever be your work, if they're always helping you with your work on a daily basis, regular basis, then it's going to improve the relationship. Now, if the Darakaraka planet is not so well placed, then your partner may definitely encounter problems in life. It could be even monetary problems. Okay? Their life could be full of struggles, even obstacles. There could be lots of conflicts between you and your partner. if the Darakaraka planet is not well placed in the 6th house. Now let's move on to what will happen when the Darakaraka planet, the planet at the lowest degrees in the birth chart or D1 chart, is in the 7th house of Navamsha chart or the chart of fortune. What will happen if Darakaraka is in the 7th house of D9 chart? Then definitely this relationship is going to be based on partnership, great partnership. Okay? Even physical attraction. Your partner can be highly attracted to you physically. Both of you can have great sexual compatibility in the relationship. That's possible. Sexual compatibility will improve the relationship also. So it's very good to travel with your partner to foreign lands. Your partner, if they belong to a foreign culture, a foreign land or different culture, it's a good sign. Your partner could be into business, trading, independent or partnership business. You may also do some business with your partner together. And if the Darakaraka planet is well placed in the 7th house of D9, it's very good to do some sort of business together with your partner. Okay? And your partner will be again somebody who's intelligent, because 7th house is part of the karma trine, part of the trine of desires, and we have, air sign Libra in the chart of the cosmic man in the 7th house. So they will be intelligent, very analytical in their approach to things. They'll be very they will believe in balance and harmony in everything. Sometimes they may think so much about other people that they may forget to even focus on themselves. It's possible, because they always are so busy maintaining harmony and balance around them, so that people around them get along well. They always want that. But then they are very good at dealing with people, so they can be into counseling, they can be in the profession of law, liaison. They could be a middleman or broker in some business. So it means they could, because they are very good at dealing with people. And if your partner, if they're connected to foreign land, if their work is connected to foreign lands, or if they have foreign connections, it's very good. And your partner, will be somebody who will always look up to you. And your partner will be somebody with whom you are going to have a very intimate connection. If the 7th lord, if the Darakaraka is well placed in the 7th house of your D9. Okay? You will also love to interact with your partner. Whatever is crossing your mind, or whatever thought is going on, you will always want to share everything with your partner. When you share interests, hobbies, when you do business together, when you travel together, all that will improve your relationship with your partner. It's very important to, it's a healthy give and take in the relationship is very important. So that there's proper balance and harmony. If your partner is making efforts to make you happy, you should also make efforts to connect with them. There should be healthy give and take, proper balance and harmony. Very important. Now again, if the Darakaraka planet is not well placed in the 7th house, then there could be problems with the partner. Ego clashes, problems. Okay? So all that can happen. Yeah. So now let's move on to what will happen when the Darakaraka planet, as per your birth chart or horoscope, that planet, if it is placed in the 8th house of your D9 or Navamsha chart. So relationship definitely with partner, and partner's relationship with you should be based on deep-rooted, intimate connection, intense, passionate connection, sexual connection, healthy sex life, and also it's very important to sacrifice each other's happiness, sacrifice one's happiness for the sake of the other. It's very important, because 8th house is part of the moksha trine. So it's very important to, let go of each other's follies and mistakes and to forgive each other. Mutual acceptance, forgiveness is very important in the relationship. Then this relationship will work. Instead of being over analytical, instead of being over judgmental, you should know how to forgive each other. Your partner should also know how to forgive you. Then this relationship will work. But nevertheless, this relationship should be based on serious commitment. If there is a breach of trust, then it will be difficult for your partner to forgive you. Yes, because after all, your partner, that is Darakaraka planet, is in the house of Scorpio. 8th house is the original house of Scorpio. So if there is a breach of trust, if you break their trust, then they will not be able to forgive. So that is why this relationship, definitely, your relationship with your partner should be based on mutual trust. Self-surrender, surrendering yourself to your partner faithfully, and then they will also be faithful and loyal to you. There should not be breach of trust. Otherwise, this relationship will not last. Because relationship now should be based on serious commitment. Then only there can be intense, passionate connection between the two of you. Otherwise, you can be distanced from each other. If the Darakaraka is in the 8th house. Now, your partner will have certain qualities. They can be intuitive, creative. They can have in-depth knowledge of things. They will do very well in any field of research, investigation. Whether it is psychology, whether it is occult fields, whether it is technology, chartered accountancy, insurance, investments. They will do very well in the investment sector. Even trading. It's possible. They can do well in these fields, which involves investments. Now, your partner can do very well in any field of work which is connected with in-depth analysis of things. So they can also do well in the field of law, medical science, especially surgery. Alright, so even technology. They can do well in technology, etc. So your partner is somebody who's looking for wholehearted commitment from your end. Okay? And they will not tolerate anything less than that. Now let's move on to what will happen when the Darakaraka planet, as per your birth chart, the planet with the lowest degrees in the horoscope, when it is placed in the 9th house of your D9 chart or Navamsha chart of fortune, what will happen? If it is well placed, your partner will bring good luck and fortune into your life. Okay, if it is well placed, you really have a past life connection also with your partner, very karmic connection. And your partner has come into your life so that you can lead a life of prosperity. They will bring good luck and fortune. So it's a very positive thing. Relationship should be, if it is well placed, it will be based on love, selfless, unconditional love. Mutual respect is very important. If Darakaraka is not so well placed in the 9th house of D9, there can be ego clashes with the partner. Lack of understanding in the relationship. Okay? But if it is well placed, then you will become fortunate because of this relationship. Your partner also, after entering into this relationship with you, they will also become fortunate and prosperous in life. Both of you will be able to travel the world, explore the world together. Your partner is somebody, again, who is very adventurous. If it is well placed in the D9, they are adventurous, they are knowledgeable, they are great knowledge seekers, they have a high sense of self-esteem. They want to travel the world, explore things. They're very explorative. They are somebody who can be very good advisors, teachers, counselors, professors. They can also be healers. They can be a spiritual guide. They can be religious preachers. They can be into independent counseling, any sort of counseling or consultant they can be. They can do well in the field of law. They can be a judge or lawyer. So all these professions, they could be into any of these professions, teaching, etc. As I mentioned. So your partner will prosper in life if they make use of their knowledge, higher knowledge, if they make use of their creative skills, creative abilities, and their power of intuition, then they will really prosper in life. But yes, they also have to be disciplined, systematic, and they have to be actually very, very disciplined towards their work. That's important. They can be very optimistic. Okay, they will be goal oriented. They will have goals. They will set goals for themselves. Or there could be couple goals in the relationship. And your partner will be, definitely will be eager to achieve those goals in life. And they'll be optimistic also if planet is well placed in the 9th house of D9. So all these things we can say. Alright? Your partner may belong to some foreign culture. It's possible. Maybe you traveled to a foreign land and there you met your partner. That's also possible. Or your partner may be somebody who loves to explore foreign lands. And you can travel to foreign lands with your partner. All these things are possible. But if it is not well placed in the 9th house, then your partner may not be able to experience much growth and expansion in life. If the Darakaraka planet is not well placed in the 9th house, then your partner may also compromise on their morality and moral principles. They may also not be committed to you truly. So these things will happen or can happen if the Darakaraka planet is not well placed in the 9th house. Now let's move on to what will happen when Darakaraka planet, the planet of your spouse or partner. So that planet, as per your birth chart or horoscope, if it is in the 10th house of your D9 or Navamsha chart, what will happen? Definitely the relationship should be based on mutual responsibility, sense of duty, and serious commitment. Then only this relationship will work. 10th house is part of the Earth trine. So it is very important for your partner to make efforts in the relationship and have patience with you. So you should also reciprocate and have patience with them, and you have to also make efforts. But yes, again, if the Darakaraka planet is not well placed in the 10th house, your partner may be dominating and controlling. They may want to dominate you. They may exercise power over you unduly. And because of that, you may even get distanced from your partner. But if the Darakaraka planet is well placed in the 10th house of D9, then your partner will be somebody who will be very responsible towards you, who will have a lot of patience in the relationship, who will be totally committed to you, who will have a sense of duty towards you. They will treat you fairly and justly. They will believe in, doing things with a true sense of justice. They will do justice to you in the relationship. If the Darakaraka planet is well placed in the 10th house, then this relationship will be a long-term, even lifelong relationship with your partner. Now your partner can have certain qualities. If it is in the 10th house of your D9, they can be very hardworking. For them, their profession, their work is everything. So at times you may get irritated, or you may even, feel sad about certain things. You may feel that they are so absorbed in work that they are even ignoring or neglecting you. You may get that feeling. But if the Darakaraka planet is well placed in the 10th house, and find out also even how Saturn is placed, because Saturn is the natural ruler of the 10th house, then definitely your partner will be somebody who will set long-term goals in life, even relationship goals, life goals, and they actually want to be a provider in the relationship. They actually want to take responsibility. They want to be the breadwinner. They want to work hard so that you can lead a comfortable life. They will really want to work hard and accumulate resources. That's possible. Okay? So, for your partner, any field of administration, any field of work which involves managerial skills, because they can be very good planners and organizers if Darakaraka planet is well placed in the 10th house of your D9. So such worlds, they can work, will be good for them. They can work for big organizations. They could also be connected to politics, provided Rahu is somehow connected to your partner or 10th house. So they could be connected to administration, even technology, any field of work which involves the use of analytical skills, because they're very analytical, very detail oriented, methodical. They're very grounded, practical, systematic in their approach to work, in their approach to everything in life. So this can be a long-term successful relationship also. And because of your partner, you may win, you may get, or you may be able to have good social status and reputation because of your partner. It's possible. Now let's move on to what will happen if your Darakaraka planet, the planet at the lowest degrees in your birth chart or D1 chart, if that planet which signifies your partner, if that planet is in the 11th house of your D9. 11th house is the house of social circle. Your partner may belong to your social circle. They may belong to, maybe you met them on social media. That's possible. Okay? Nevertheless, this relationship will work if there is a friendly connection between the two of you. Friendship is very important in the relationship. Sharing interests, hobbies, even life goals is very important, because 11th house is part of the trine of desires, Kama Trikona, the trine of ambition. Your partner can be, if the Darakaraka planet is well placed in the 11th house, they'll be very ambitious. If it is not well placed, then they will be ambitious and they will want so many things in their life, but they will have no clue how to achieve their goals and how to fulfill their desires. They live in their own in their own fantasy world. They'll not be able to arrive at their targets. They will not be able to set realistic targets which are achievable. They'll be very greedy. They will want more and more and more, but they will not know how to fulfill their desires. So if Darakaraka planet is not well placed in the 11th house, they may, unnecessarily invest in various things, and each of their efforts, whatever they may try to invest in things, they may try to do their business, whatever they try to do, they may be unsuccessful. Okay, they may not be able to gain wealth because they don't know how to plan things. Because why? Because their logical reasoning ability is not good enough. Their intellectual ability is not good enough. That is why they don't know how to make efforts and achieve goals and targets. If it is really not well placed, if it is ill placed in the 11th house, then instead of gaining, they may even start losing wealth. They may even go into bankruptcy. If the Darakaraka planet is not well placed in the 11th house. Because see, it is very dangerous. 11th house, it is the ultimate house of desires. Even you can say it is the house of endless desires and greed. And the planet is not well placed. So then consequences also will not be that good. But if the Darakaraka planet is well placed in the 11th house, your partner will believe in making efforts, and by degrees they will go on moving towards their goal, and they'll be able to fulfill their desires, ambition in life, and they'll be an achiever, and your partner is going to become very prosperous in life. Because of them, you will become prosperous now. After entering into a committed relationship or marriage, you will become prosperous in life because of your partner. All that will happen if it is well placed in the 11th house. Nevertheless, it's very important to, maintain friendship. It's very important to give space to each other, because your partner can also be somebody who believes in their own sense of individuality and freedom. If it is well placed, then you should give them due space, because they are intelligent enough, they have intellectual capabilities, they will figure out what they really want to do. So you should give them space. You should respect their sense of individuality and freedom. Your partner also can have a very practical, intellectual, or even cerebral approach to relationship. They can have that. Okay? They will believe in give and take. Yes, that's also possible. So the moment they realize that you are not good enough, you will not be able to help them along the way, they may withdraw their support. Anything is possible, because your partner can have a cerebral, intellectual approach even to relationship. It's possible. So be careful. Always hold their hands, and always be friends with them. See how you can help them, assist them, or cooperate with each other. Very important to be like friends and to work together towards certain common goals. Then this relationship will work. Now let's move on to what will happen when the Darakaraka planet, as per your birth chart or horoscope, planet at the lowest degrees, which is the significator of your spouse or partner, as per your birth chart, that planet is in the 12th house of your D9 or Navamsha chart, the chart of fortune. What will happen? This relationship, again, 12th house is part of a moksha trine. It should be based on compassion, forgiveness, letting go of each other's mistakes and follies. Looking at the bigger picture, that it is very important to, forgive each other, because after all, we are, this is a spiritual relationship also. If you're married, then it is a spiritual relationship. So we have to forgive each other. We have to, sacrifice our own happiness for the sake of our partner. That's very important. Forgiveness, compassion is very important. Only then this relationship will last. If Darakaraka planet is not well placed in the 12th house of your D9, there could be trust issues in the relationship. One of the partners can betray the other, and there can be trust issues, or both of them will end up betraying each other in some way or the other. Betrayal, loss of trust. If Darakaraka planet is not well placed in the 12th house of D9, then what will happen? Getting distanced from the partner. Both of you, unfortunately, will eventually move apart in the relationship. It can even lead to the end of the relationship. That's also possible. Now again, if Darakaraka planet is more or less well placed in the 12th house of D9, your partner may be from a foreign culture, from a different land, from a foreign land, or from a land even within your country, a different region where the culture is totally different. That's possible. Or from a culture or a cultural background which is different from yours, or different geographical region. It's possible. After, entering into relationship with your partner, committed relationship or marriage, you may settle down in a foreign land. That could be a good thing. If the Darakaraka planet is well placed in the 12th house, you may become, your partner may become prosperous in a foreign land with you, along with you together. So, again, if it is well placed in the 12th house of D9. So all these things we can say. Nevertheless, your partner will be somebody, if it is well placed in the 12th house, your partner will be somebody who's very intuitive. They will have an intuitive ability to understand things, understand you, understand situations. They will always believe in looking at the bigger picture. They may ignore minute details. They will look at the bigger picture. They will have knowledge. They'll be knowledgeable. They can also have in-depth knowledge regarding things. They can be intuitive, creative. They can do very well in any field of technology, language, coding. They can do very well in chartered accountancy, investment business. They can be a healer, occultist, psychologist. even into medical science or surgery. They can do well in any field of investigation, even in the field of law. Any field of work which involves investigation, research, they will do well there. They can be into spiritual practices, yoga, meditation, healing practices. They can be an independent counselor, a consultant, or technology, as I mentioned. So any of these fields, they may be connected to that. So yes, friends, all that we can say. Nevertheless, your partner is somebody who's very intuitive, creative, and even forgiving and compassionate. If Darakaraka planet is more or less well placed in the 12th house of your D9 chart. Okay, so they will have all these qualities. This relationship with your partner will really be successful if you also, if you make sure that this relationship is based on mutual forgiveness, accepting each other, mutual acceptance, accepting each other as you are. Okay, and you should always believe in compassion and forgiveness. Then this relationship with your partner and your partner's relationship with you will be successful in the long run. There should be great sexual compatibility also in the relationship. Yes, if there is lack of sexual compatibility, then also the two people, they may get distanced from each other. So there should be great intimate life, and eventually this relationship will develop into a wonderful spiritual connection also. So friends, that was my take on what will happen when the Darakaraka planet, as per your birth chart or D1 chart, is placed in all the 12 houses of your D9 chart or Navamsha chart, the chart of fortune. So if you have found it informative, do like, share, subscribe, and friends, you can let me know your views in the comment section. And also do friends, if you want personal consultation, details are there in the video description. You can WhatsApp me. And yeah, before I wind up, be kind to all animals, birds and creatures. They too have the right to live like us. Try to be a vegetarian. Be kind, compassionate, charitable to people in old age homes and orphanages. See you next time, friends. Thank you.